Well, you guys clearly love the backrooms and office spaces, so let's do this one again. Here are the top 5 real scary backroom theories, part 2. Number 5 in this list is the void theory. This one is confusing as hell, guys, so bear with me here. The Backrooms wiki says, according to this map, the backrooms are the second sphere of existence. The backrooms are much wider than reality, being infinite in multiple dimensions. There are infinite levels, and there is theoretically infinite space in each level, plus sub-level combinations. The front rooms are simply infinite in one dimension, with a limit to how much can be explored. The backroom's only limit to exploration, human or otherwise, is the danger and an infinite void which can be entered from most points on the outer rim of the backrooms, which happens to be the most populated and explored. No clipping or quantum tunneling allows humans to move through infinite distance, reaching the inner ring. The inner ring is incredibly dangerous, with many quantum tunnels leading to the void, an increased number of fluctuations that could send wanderers to places such as Level Redacted and close proximity to the home of the gods. An area including part of the inner rim called Heaven is the living place of the gods and where a small amount of souls go after death. Most don't qualify and go to hell. The middle parts of the backrooms are vastly unexplored since quantum tunnels rarely lead directly to them. So the wiki goes on to talk about how in the inner void there are a bunch of deities who are responsible for not only making the backrooms but also the creatures and entities that run throughout them. It's all very confusing, but to boil it down, I think basically the theory here is that the backrooms are a complete other universe and there are a bunch of different voids in that universe. The one that people see when they get sent there is only just a little bit of the puzzle, but there's a lot more to the universe that we can't see, such as the deities in the inner void. Frankly, this would be a lot to take in, and if I was stuck in the backrooms, I think my brain would be too focused on survival rather than piecing all this together. Number 4 in this list is the tile set theory. Backrooms wiki says, the tile set theory is that the front rooms is a hyper-advanced simulation and the backrooms are like tile sets containing millions of procedurally generated template rooms and locations for the developers to copy and place into the front rooms so that they don't have to build everything from scratch. The reason no clipping is possible is because of the fact that reality is a simulation and it can cause people to glitch into the backrooms if they no clip incorrectly, causing the simulation to get confused and send them there. If one no-clips very incorrectly, they can accidentally no-clip their bodies out of reality, causing their code to be sent to the void. So maybe what's scariest about this theory is that reality has to be a simulation for it to make any sense. Which, if that's true, means that there may not be any point to any of this at all. It also means, if I'm understanding it correctly, which is a big if I might add, because this is all super confusing, but if I'm making sense of this, then the backrooms are the true reality, and everything else isn't real. Which means that our entire world, our entire planet, and everything is a lie, and the only thing that's real is a bunch of empty office space. Pretty scary thought. Number 3 on this list is the hole in reality theory. We are talking a lot about reality and the universe in this video, but I honestly kinda love it. Backrooms wiki says, this theory is suggested by one person by the name of Alex Codex. He believes that the backrooms was a puncture in reality and acts like a black hole, sucking things around it to add more to itself. This mostly explains how Level Primal most likely exists due to some entrances to the backrooms going into Earth and putting prehistoric creatures inside the level, meaning that Level Primal was most likely the first level to be created. These entrances most likely still exist everywhere on Earth and most likely in space. So I think what gets me about this theory and what should scare a lot of people is the fact that this means it's slowly chipping away at our world. The backrooms are slowly eating our reality away until they devour all of it. Think about it, it keeps sucking things up and growing itself. Eventually you have to imagine that it's going to run out of things to suck up, and if that's the case, then the world as we know it will cease to exist. I don't know about you guys, but I don't need the entire planet to be sucked into some devil-infested office space. Number 2 on this list is the dream theory. I feel like you guys can get a sense as to where this is going with this entry. Basically, the backrooms and everything that they entail are a dream. When we're in them, we're just in a very real feeling dream. Now, what doesn't make sense about this to me though is how your body gets fully transported to the backrooms while you're in them. Like, let's say you no-clip into the backrooms, well, if you're dreaming, then wouldn't your body stay in the real world and only your mind goes to the backrooms? Now, this might be the case unless we factor in something else. Let's think about somebody with a coma, for instance. They're in that coma and they aren't responsive to people in the real world. Well, maybe the reason that they aren't responsive is because they're being sucked into the backrooms. Maybe the people who ended up getting out of the coma are the ones who can navigate these backrooms and get through the whole process. And maybe when they get back into the real world, some of them can't even remember that they were there and the entire journey that they went on. I know it seems like a stretch, but the backrooms themselves are a bit of a stretch, so you never know with these things. And finally, number 1 on this list is the Great Experiment. There's always got to be at least one conspiracy theory that's tied to the government. The backrooms are no exception. The Backrooms Wiki says, taking a different route from the accident, the backrooms were created by the world's governments as means for human experimentation away from the prying eyes of the press. It would start with the homeless, viewed poorly in the eyes of the public. Their disappearances wouldn't spark much concern before eventually becoming more wide-reaching. Anyone could be taken in the sleep and dumped into the backrooms. The backrooms are a series of complex facilities operated by the US government in order to research how the mind would react to inexplicable anomalies, though it has grown far beyond that. So basically, the backrooms didn't just form by accident, they were made for a reason. Let's think about one of the most trending shows right now, Stranger Things. That whole show's premise sort of stems from the government performing sick experiments on people, trying to push the limit a bit too far. And that whole show based a lot of its ideas from what the government actually used to do back in the 50s and 60s. Think about Project MK Ultra, where they literally tried to develop mind control and telekinesis abilities by using extremely hard. They faced a ton of backlash for doing this, as they should have. Well, wouldn't it be a lot easier if we didn't have to deal with such backlash and instead had a convenient area to perform these experiments and tests where nobody knew? Enter in the backrooms. This is a theory I could totally believe, to be honest, if the backrooms are proven to be real. But there you have it, folks. That is a list of the top 5 real scary backroom theories, part 2. Please let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this list and some other scary backroom theories that you guys may know about. Also, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Nicholas Playlog, and I'll catch you next time.